Coach, whenever you're ready.
First, just want to thank our fans. I don't know what the actual number was that showed up, but there was a bunch of orange that decided to make the trip, and appreciate them. Disappointed for them, disappointed for our team and everything that we had put into it since last January. That we didn't coach and play better in this one early. There wasn't a phase of the football game where we operated the way we needed to early in the game, and came back and made a couple plays at the end of the second quarter to tighten it up, and just didn't function well enough beginning of the third quarter either. So, and that's a credit to them, but just didn't do what you have to on the road in a game against a really good football team. So disappointed on all those accords. Talked to the players in the locker room. Just everybody was disappointed, obviously. But there's a lot of guys that played the last game in a Tennessee uniform that really proud of too. A lot of those guys have been with us since we started this journey when I first got hired. And great leaders, great people, great players, and meant a lot to what we've built. So I'll open it up.
David.
Josh, when you look defensively in that first quarter, what was going wrong, and then also on the injury front, what did that do for you guys game plan wise?
Yeah, defensively, first series, got a chance to get off the field, end up with a playing penalty. Some of that's going to happen during the course of a game. Had a couple of busts in coverage, and they made some plays too, and that's going to happen against a good team. But what we didn't do is, come back and find a way to get on the right side of it, and that's defensively, offensively, it's everybody. Going into it, there were guys that had been out for a couple of weeks that we felt like we're going to be able to play in this one. We're probably going to be a little bit limited. The injuries just kind of started piling up on us early in the game.
Austin.
Josh, from a wide receiver standpoint, it didn't seem like you guys could get open tonight down the field. What were they doing to kind of limit you guys, and then where do you go from there at that position?
It's never just one thing. We struggled in protection early in the football game. I thought Nico did a good job with his feet throughout the course of it, making some plays. We didn't separate at times, and it was a combination of a lot of different things. Early the first couple of series, we just got behind the chains and weren't able to pick up a third down, and then, compile that with what was going on the other side of the ball. And, the scoreboard kind of spread a little bit, and they were able to pin their ears back. For us, we're losing a couple good players out there. What Brew's done in his career, who he is, Dante, what he's done throughout this season. Really proud of his growth. We got to find some guys that are going to step up and make plays, and we will.
Yeah, Josh, when you look at the growth of the program since you got there,
Yeah.
What do you feel like it's going to take to take that next step when you get to this point in the season?
Well, we got to play better. We got to coach better. Ohio State's a good football team. Tonight wasn't one of our best performances this year, and so end of the day, you got to continue to grow. We'll start again and start retooling and rebuilding and grow as a football team. So, 2 years ago, we finished sixth in the country. There's a standard inside of our building, and we're going to continue to grow.
Patrick.
Josh, Dylan's hamstring, was it a hamstring? What, was it an issue you guys knew about for the game? Did it play up early? What was the deal?
Yeah, you know, end of the Vandy game, got dinged up and it was soft tissue and had been out, you know, first couple of weeks. Got back with us, started building him through the week. Felt like he was in a good spot. Anticipated him not having the same type of load that he normally would have. Just early in the game, kind of retweaked it and wasn't available there for a while.
Chris and then Adam.
Josh, as you built this program and seen the passion of the fans grow, which obviously was reflected out there tonight
Yeah.
with 30-some thousand
Pretty
people.
pretty special what our fans have done.
Does that make it even harder for you guys and your team to see that type of turnout here and then the outcome of this game?
Yeah, ton of disappointment in our locker room for everybody that's invested. There's so much work that goes into it, but absolutely disappointed in you know, the performance tonight for our fans. The amount of people that traveled, but it's every week. It's 365 days out of the year, so disappointed for them, absolutely.
Adam, then Ben.
Josh, sort of looking ahead, when you think of the pieces that are missing right now from this game to take the next step, do you think you know what those pieces are right now and how attainable are those pieces?
Man, we'll go back and watch this one here on the flight. Yeah, guys, people that have watched us, it wasn't our best football tonight. When you're playing a good football team, margins are thin. You're not on the right side of it. You know, doesn't have to look like it did tonight, but it won't look good. And ultimately, you know, we're capable of playing better than we did tonight, and that's not taking anything away from Ohio State.
Josh, you mentioned needing to grow as a program going forward. What lessons do you feel like you all can learn from tonight that can help you all grow moving forward?
There will be a bunch of little things, you know, just in the play and the detail of our assignments. But no matter when your season ends, right, like every year is new, man, and you start rebuilding. And when I say that, you can't skip any of the steps. So when we get our guys back, we'll start that process.
On the end.
Yes. It was in the low 20s pretty much the whole game. You had some injuries. Was that a factor tonight?
Well, the injuries were a factor for sure. But, you know, this, like the season in college football, it's long, and you got to have the next guy step up. And you know, at the end of the day, whether it was a starter that was out there or backup, we didn't perform the way that we needed to. So,
Joe.
Josh, do you speak for the players and the coaches
kid's gonna lay it on the line and compete with everything that he's got, and he did that tonight. There's some things that he'd want back, and that could be a read, a throw, but continued to play and fight, and there were a lot of moving parts within our personnel around him, and when you're playing that position, you need 10 other guys around you playing at a high level too, and I said at the beginning, we just didn't coach well, play well enough collectively as a group to do the things you have to in this one.
Austin.
How hard is this on coaching that way when you've got 80 players here and renegotiate deals, you got kids on the floor in the program, and you're still in the season. Coaches talk about growing sport, that you've got free agency, all the season's still going on. What can change in your mind? How do they change?
Yeah, I think everybody that follows the sport understands that it's a unique time of year. I'm not in charge of that, so do I think they need to find a way to to go through all the processes that they have right now, or things that are in the game, but find a better, I don't know, calendar for it. Yeah, I think that'd be best for the game for sure. But at the end of the day, that's I'm not using any of that for tonight. We just didn't play well enough, didn't coach well enough. So.
Chris and David.
Josh, over and above your team, what it did or didn't do, is you scouted these guys and watched tape and looked at things leading up to this game, and now you've seen them live. I wonder where their roster ranks with anybody you played this year, the last couple of years.
They played really well. Coming into it, I thought their skill and on both sides of the ball were as good as you'll see. Defensively, they were led the country, or were top 5 in pretty much every category, and they did a good job tonight. We weren't efficient in the run game early, and got to the quarterback early, and you combine those two things, and you're struggling offensively.
David.
Josh, what jumps out to you for why you feel like your team didn't perform as well as you would have liked tonight, and also what was your message to the team?
Yeah, I don't know, like the preparation going into it. Guys that were out there with us for the 2 weeks of this preparation, I thought they did a really good job in it. The performance tonight doesn't change my viewpoint of what they did on the practice field and in their preparation. Didn't execute some things tonight, got beat in some one-on-one situations. That's out on the perimeter, but that's also at the line of scrimmage. And, end of the day, couple of busts, and they create big plays, and they got, they're on the right side of the scoreboard and create some separation, changes the way the game's played a little bit, and combine all those things. I think it's at the end of the season, even after a really disappointing performance tonight, at the end of it, recognize, what the team had done throughout the course of the season. I think that's important. And, the guys that have been a part of, building this program. I'm talking about inside the locker room, and the seniors that you're losing, what they've meant to this program. But I started it out by recognizing how disappointing this was, and I think everybody, you better let that soak in, and it's got to propel you to whatever is next, and that's for the guys that are coming back. It's the guys that are leaving too. You got to grow and use this to propel you too.
Wes.
Josh, some of the struggles on the line of scrimmage tonight, were those things that, were those surprising, or when you watched film, was that something that you thought was possible in this game?
I thought we would handle some of those things better than we did tonight.
Any other questions for Coach? Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it.